All right, guys, we're here for our next session. This is a workshop around pushing Web3 into mobile. We have Mark here, and can you guys just confirm that you can hear him?
Hey guys, everyone hear me out there? Is it coming up in the chat? Hey, is everyone hear me? Cool. All right. So I'm just going to present now. All right. So hi everyone, thanks for joining in. Hope everyone's cozy in their homes and they're not going insane. I'm Mark Pereira. I am a web developer and mobile developer. Originally started off my career in Sydney, working for a bunch of digital agencies, and eventually moved into the Ethereum space after a hackathon that we placed second in for an IoT platform. And since then, I've been building mobile applications for companies in the space and have run into a lot of problems doing so, and have basically made it my mission to solve these problems. As I see, there's a massive gap in terms of where Web3 products need to be to where they could be because of their lack of presence in mobile. So I'm going to walk you through what Web3 could look like in mobile, and some of the pain points. Is also some guidelines is why you should go to mobile, and show you a few funky concepts that we've built along the way, so that we can, once we launch the full application of Alice on both Android and iOS, we can show you a really awesome experience of what we think Web3 should be. But first, what I want you guys to think of is, when you do use a product, why is it that you do use that product? What triggers that itch? Like you go to shop online for a t-shirt or a dress, if you message a friend on WhatsApp, if you're scrolling through Facebook, what is it you're going there for? And a lot of the time we realize that we're going to these products to modulate our moods. And those moods could be anything from being bored at home, when you're hungry, when we're lonely, if sexual desires, if that's these are all the applications that we would generally turn to. If we are hungry, we go to Uber Eats. That's the first thing that we will go to, or we'd walk to the corner shop, or luckily if a restaurant has a delivery service, we would order from them. If we're feeling lonely where we want to talk to some friends, we would log on to WhatsApp to message and keep up with everyone. Otherwise, Facebook, and for some people, the loneliness does get quelled from the Tinder application. But the reason why these products are at the forefront of their field, why you don't walk to a restaurant and why you would order from Uber Eats, is that they have made it more convenient than the existing options out there. These products take less physical effort and less time to get you from A to B, which is having an itch and then scratching that itch. And the reason being is, for a lot of these products, is that they're building on the latest innovative technology that could access or gain access to their users. And what is this platform? And what are these platforms that they're generally building on top of? Is it Ethereum? Is it the internet in general? Or is it some other blockchain platform? Generally, it's the platform that is at arm's reach, and it's the platform that's always with you. And that platform, of course, is your mobile phone. Now, these applications are building on mobile because of the features that they get access to. And what I'm going to talk about in the talk is what's the differences between web platforms and mobile platforms, and why mobile is so much more powerful than web. So when I make the comparisons of the features that you get with generally a web platform being like your Chrome browser or your or your Opera browser or your Brave browser versus a mobile application is that it's with the user wherever they go. So when it comes to push notifications are like tapping someone on the shoulder and saying, hey, check this out. But companies have access to do this to users from the convenience of their backend services. The camera UX when it comes to mobile versus web is way better. You get access to way more features in mobile. And then when it comes to the hardware side of things, you get access to Bluetooth, which can be awesome for IoT connectivity, or NFC, which can be incredible if you bring into the account tap and go payments, where you can implement tap payments at a local restaurant, or even a pop-up shop that you can build. And in the case of location services, an application like Phone, for example, can hugely benefit their cartographer services and their proof of location services with the built-in GPS that comes in smartphones. And of course, there's way more users in mobile phones using mobile because of the accessibility, it being right there in your pocket, and also the affordability. Mobile has really shot third world economies into the first world. Like, for example, in China, when you take into account that email has been replaced by WeChat, and a lot of the population now has access to a computer. That a lot more users have access to computers than they ever did before. So mobile has all of these features, and all of these features are what you need for your application to go viral, for you to basically build on top of a feature-rich platform to get out to your users. And this is what blockchain should be focusing on. This is what DeFi should be focusing on. This is what Web3 applications should be focusing on. Imagine if Cryptokitties, for example, was on mobile. Cryptokitties, during the time it was launched in late 2017 up until early 2018, became the most viral application on Ethereum, as a lot of you may know, and clogged up the network. But I wonder if it was built on a platform like mobile, how worse off Ethereum may have been. And you can start imagining what this would look like. So we built a application in Alice. So you can see a push notification comes into the app, and then Cryptokitties may have evolved into this Tinder application. And you can imagine the amount of kitties that would have been bred if it were this simple and easy to use interface, such as swiping left or right on a kitty, deciding if I want to breed my kitty with them or not. The kind of viral network effects that just a simple feature such as push notifications and a sleek mobile UI could have meant wonders for an application like Cryptokitties. Another application that we collaborated with Dapper Labs on was this in-person battling with NFTs when they launched a Cheese Wizards campaign. What you can see here is I'm actually in person. I can scan someone's NFT if we're in a conference or if we're just meeting up at an event. And we can then enter into a battle. So in terms of like network effects within smaller communities, this can mean wonders for your application, as a lot of applications come out from hackathons and conferences. You can imagine what it would be like if someone was walking around with their laptop at a conference saying, hey, let's battle on this blockchain application with NFTs in it. And it's not really a sad reality, as far as it's not really a far reality from where we currently are. So the real message is to start thinking about the dApps that you do use today, and are they satisfying your moods? Are they quenching those? Are they modulating those moods that are essential to you? When you're hungry, do you go to a cryptocurrency-based application to order food? Generally, these this is not the case with a lot of applications today. And I can't say myself that I do wake up in the morning and look at an interface like this and say, this is going to see me throughout the entire day and solve a lot of issues. And it's really complex. When you show applications like this to users, it can be very overwhelming, especially when a large majority of people think that I'm in cryptocurrency and I'm just trading, or I do in stocks. So they just think of the financial aspect of it. When actually, like, one of the most simple interfaces in Ethereum and the most effective DeFi application is Uniswap. And this can fit super well inside of a mobile application and could just be a feature inside of a mobile app. And it's really something to think about in terms of how powerful simplicity is and how powerful mobile is. Me, for example, when I have used Web3 to scratch an itch, it was in very niche locations. So I was in San Francisco and Berlin, and I was at DAI Happy Hour, and I used DAI to buy beer. So it was an all right experience. I did use my mobile wallet to scan the QR code and purchase a beer. But it's a bit fragmented, as I had to show the restaurateur my QR code or my application that the money was sent. Another awesome experience, I think, was at ETH Denver, where the entire food service was handled by these food trucks outside. And Austin Griffith and the ETH Denver team built out this mobile application that allowed you to order food from the free cryptocurrencies that you were given at the event throughout the weekend. We did have a budget, but these two experiences were the baseline experiences that your body feels. If I'm hungry or I need to drink, these are applications that we need to start focusing on with Web3 technologies. We need to start tapping into mobile. But the problem with mobile is that, and what I've experienced over the years, is that it's extremely hard to build mobile applications in Web3. And I'm going to run through the cons. So before you get yourself going into the direction of saying, okay, yes, all of these features are amazing, I'm totally sold, I really want to start building my mobile app, where do I start? Just take into account that the cons for a company building a mobile app is that key management is still an issue. When you are building a blockchain application, you do have to manage users' private keys, because any interaction that they are making with the blockchain is done through signing of messages, which requires a private key. And as we all know, that private key can be used to send over one DAI to all of your DAI in one transaction. So it's a very risky thing to take on as a company, especially in terms of educating your user on the storage of this private key, because a lot of people take screenshots from our experience of these keys and store it in their photo folder. Again, another one that is becoming less and less of an issue is acquiring crypto. So this can be done through services like MoonPay and Wire, but it is becoming a bigger issue, less of an issue than it used to be. But still, for a user logging into a cryptocurrency application, it's typing in your debit card and acquiring crypto it's still of a fragmented UX experience. And unfortunately, on these platforms, you are at the mercy of App Store guidelines. So we have seen Apple threaten companies to take down their application if they don't remove certain services. We can see that with the applications like Trust Wallet, Coinbase. Coinbase had to remove their dApp browser interface. And we're also threatened to take down a blockchain application. I think it was called Wall Riders. And also MetaMask on the Android store was accused of mining crypto within the application and was removed from the Android store for a time. So these are things that you need to watch out for when building your application, is to read through all the guidelines and make sure you're not stepping on anyone's toes. And the other problems come into the dev world. So building out for Android and iOS is a lot different when you build out an application and you just ship it to any browser. If you build for web, you can ship it to Safari, Chrome, Brave, all of these different browsers, and it'll pretty much run the way it's supposed to. But when building out applications for mobile, you do have to think of the two platforms. And most of Web3 frameworks and libraries are built for web and not for mobile. So these are a massive pain point when you're a native developer and you're building a native mobile developer and you're building for mobile. And it becomes a massive time investment. Whereas you can build out a web application within a day, ship it at a hackathon, and then it becomes a viral product. For mobile, generally, you have to build out the application. It takes a little bit more time because of the expertise required. And also you have to wait for approval from the App Store, Android and Apple. And at the moment, for blockchain, there is little users. And these users are starting with no crypto in some cases when they log into your application. So then you have to think about the fragmented user experience when it comes to moving crypto in and out of your application. Luckily, though, there is some progress happening in the mobile space. So applications like Argent, for example, are making massive headwinds. They have an awesome experience in terms of backing up your access to your funds. They have Guardians, which means it's a social recovery feature where you can add other Guardians, which can be your friends or trusted individuals that have the ability to recover your keys. I've done this personally after losing my iPhone. And it's a really seamless experience. You message someone in another social platform and a certain message, and then they just have to copy it and add it into their Argent wallet. You recover your funds. And then on top of that, Argent has built an awesome interface for interacting with crypto products such as CDPs and for Uniswap and a bunch of other protocols. Peppo is another great application that is a lot like your Instagrams and your TikTok, and they are a social media platform currently focused at the Ethereum community. And it's really cool to see how people are getting exposure through this Peppo application. And there's heaps of wallets. It's a very vibrant space at the moment. These are some of my favorites: Argent, Coinbase, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and Rainbow, I think, has a really curated experience. But of course, the application that we're pushing and we're building is the Alice mobile application. And what we're really trying to do within Alice is create the boundless experience that you do have in blockchain and try to bring that into mobile, dodging and jumping through all the loopholes of the app review guidelines that they have within the Android and Apple ecosystem, and just bringing that to the users so that they can feel like, yes, I can jump in and out of applications as quickly as possible, but then I can also experience the benefits of mobile platforms such as Bluetooth, NFC, push notifications, and GPS features. And throughout the way, we've built a lot of these proof of concept applications with Dapper Labs being cheese wizards. We've built a proof of concept for Foam, which notified users when their point of interest was being challenged, and also for DAO Stack for managing their DAOs and creating an easy onboarding process for DAOs in the space. And within the Alice application, not only do users get a great user experience, but developers can build mini dApps inside of it. So this creates a really vibrant ecosystem. And we really want developers to feel like this is an application. It's fully open source that they can contribute to and build out and test applications that they want to test out within hackathons, or if they have a weekend they're building out a product, or if in general they want to build out a product try it out inside of a wallet, not worry about the Web3 functionality integrations, and just focus on building a product. So we offer full Web3 functionality, an SDK we built which bridges native native code into web code, so you can actually use the same web language that you use to build apps today, which is JavaScript, to build out mobile applications. You also get access to a Maps SDK, a Camera SDK, and push notification. I was going to demo the application, but I appear to have maybe 5 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Okay. I will showcase the demo of the app for the next 5 minutes, and then I'll be taking questions. All right, so one awesome feature that you can see within the Alice mobile app is we will be building out a push notifications feature, so that if something like your CDP is at risk of being liquidated, you can see we add the maker logo inside of there, so you know exactly what it is. It's coming from the Alice app. When you do log into the Alice application, you go straight to the Maker CDP portal, and then you can manage your CDPs. Of course, that was a test transaction, so it's not going to my actual CDP. So when you're in the Alice application, you've just been brought in from a push notification. So about getting those network effects and tapping people on their shoulders and saying, hey, this is something that could affect you, rather than some marketing notification saying, oh, there's a promotion going on. And you go in here and you have your full featured mobile wallet with your NFTs and your crypto. And you have a customizable interface for any of your dApps. So these dApps are a mix of many native dApps. For example, you've seen the Cryptokitties application before. And also a mix of web apps. So if you go into, let's say, Uniswap, this is actually a browser application. And what we've done is we've given you the ability to swipe away that pill and have a full screen experience in Uniswap, so it feels like it's a mobile application. You can swipe out and pin your application and go back to it later. You can also search your dApps. So I've just gone up in the top right here and clicked on the search screen, and add any other applications that you do want into the homepage. And you can also do this while browsing. So you can see here, more applications have been added to Alice. We have multiple network support. So when you are a developer, you are going to be able to build on top of ROPS and Cove and Rinkeby. And we hope to add functionality for Bitcoin and other blockchain networks. Cool. So I will be taking questions now. Last feature I will demo is the Wallet Connect feature. So it's the little things that we focus on in terms of UX. So what you can do inside of Alice is just swipe down this main screen, scan the Wallet Connect feature in Uniswap, connect, and then you will be prompted to sign a transaction. And this is what the signing interface looks like in Alice. We tried to make it as seamless as possible. And you can see on the right, you have a notification with your pending transaction. Cool. I'll be taking any questions. Alrighty. So I'm seeing a question here from Nako. Thanks for the question. Who has been your biggest success story and why? I think the biggest success story for us has been tied between the DAO Stack and Cheese Wizards. DAO Stack for us, was our first bit of income. Was from a DAO. We submitted a proposal to build out a mobile application to benefit the DAO Stack ecosystem. And that basically spiraled off from there, us building out the mobile application, getting really friendly with DAO Stack, and helping them build out a mobile application for DAOs, which we are currently working on. Also for Cheese Wizards, as I built this app because I had a knack. I really wanted to build mobile applications in hackathons, and what we aimed at doing was building a hackathon killer. And we were able to enter Alice into the hackathon, and we ended up coming third in the hackathon. So that was also balancing time running a startup and building out a mobile wallet. So it did provide that that case study where we can, run a startup, but also really build a mobile application extremely fast. What approach do you recommend taking at the beginning of creating a smart wallet in iOS? I think looking at what's out there, seeing which smart wallets you do want to integrate with and which SDKs are provided around them. It's really about your preference, as when you are building in iOS, you can interface with a smart contract wallet through any smart contract function calls. So it's about it's about picking which has the most vibrant ecosystem around it, being relayers as well that you may need to talk to. So Ed, do you have any frameworks you recommend, such as React Native, etc., for prototyping, test, and dev? Actually, the framework we do use in Alice for the mini dApps, not for the application itself, is React Native. And that's the web framework we were talking about that makes it extremely similar to what you are building with in web that is inside of Alice. So I do recommend using React Native. There are a couple SDKs out there. We have one which you can build in Alice. Is also Tacit has an SDK which allows you to build a full-on Ethereum application from scratch. And yeah, I do recommend building out using React Native, or Flutter, for example, is another good tool. I have not seen Zerion's recent release from his SDK, so I'm not sure. I am from Trinidad and Tobago, thank you. I'm currently in Trinidad and Tobago. Not sure what 1-inch dApp is. If you could provide a link, that'd be awesome. Okay, let me provide the links for the GitHub as well. It's github.com/AliceDApp/AliceDApp/AliceX. So that's some links for our social as well. So you can scan that link with your camera, and it will go directly to our Telegram community, and we'll be happy to guide you guys through to any of our GitHub repos, or you can see our website links, alicedap.com or z.io if you do want to hire a mobile team to build out a mobile application.
Mark, are you taking the last question, or are you done?
Oh, I'm not seeing it.
Okay, cool. Do you mind giving them your Twitter handle? That way they can connect if they have further questions.
For Alice Dap or my personal one?
Sorry, what?
The Twitter handle for Alice.
Yes.
For Alice. Yeah, it's twitter.com/AliceDap. I'll provide it.
Perfect. Cool. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you guys so much. We're going to transition into the next session now. This was great.
Thanks, Finn. Thanks so
Yep.
much.
Take care. Bye.